Hi guys, and welcome to this lecture about water. What is water? Well, everybody needs it, right? We can live without food for like 40 days, 60 days. Then we start to have cravings about food. We start to have famine and starvation. Starvation is only starts 60 days. You're not starving after 2 days, no. It's your body craving for carbohydrates and sugars. But we can live a few days without water. 90% of our body is made of water. Every living thing on this planet is made of water. Water is a meridian of energy. It's also a transmitter and receiver of codes. Water is a very amazing thing that everybody takes for granted because it's available everywhere. Yet there's good water, there's water that heals, and there's bad water. There's water that kills. That's why I call this lecture water that heals, water that kills. So what is water that kills? Water that kills is water that is unstructured. Everything in nature, everything in the universe is structured by the laws of nature, the laws of the universe, we call it. You probably heard of the solfeggio tune, the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequences. All those patterns are found in light, in music, in nature. They surround us. When we live in accordance with nature, with those laws of nature, beauty and vitality comes to us. It's not from me, it's from Leonardo da Vinci, who, by the way, found a lot about how it worked before scientific equipment was available to discover truly what art is. Just because of his joy in this discovery, he actually advanced technology because of observing and seeing what things are for what they are. Water that kills you is water that has not been treated. It goes from basically flush to faucet. You see what I'm talking about? The more people we have on the planet, I'm talking about 300,000 people adding every day on Earth, the more pollution that we put into our waters and our foods and the air and the environment, the faster they have to purify this water from flush to toilet, from flush to faucet. The purification system that they're using does not remove everything, especially solids. I don't mean to be gross, I know it's a little late, but hopefully it's after this. But what we're drinking is not clear. It contains also chemicals that doesn't pass through filters. Now, the people ask me, what is the difference between filtration and purification? Filtration collects big parts. Think of a filtration from an air conditioning that you have to change once a month because it collects the big parts, then it gets saturated. You have to remove it, replace it with a new one. That's what filters do. They collect big parts. The small parts still go through. Filter for air conditioning is to protect the machine, not to protect your lungs. The same thing with water filters. We collect the big parts, the small parts that go through, which is lead, mercury, fluoride, arsenic, chlorine. I go on and on and on the list. Pills, contraceptives, muscle relaxants. Because guess what? When the medicines in the hospital get expired, guess where they put it? In the toilet. That goes into the municipal water that gets treated. Those chemicals get into the water that goes down your faucet. You drink that, you put your water filter, you put out things. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say names or anything, but that doesn't remove those contaminants. And you are drinking this water that will kill you. Not just because of the chemicals that it contains, but because of the energy that it contains as well. It is an incoherent, non-intelligent water that the body cannot assimilate and record. Your body is a very beautiful machine. It's a bioelectrical machine that resonates with certain frequencies. Forget about diets, forget about carbohydrates, forget about proteins, forget about all that. Think more energy, vibration, frequencies. Now that's Nikola Tesla, who, by the way, said, if you understand the magic between the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you get the key of the universe. And I'm going to share that with you because I understand the concept. And I Google search trying to find out if anybody have found what he meant by that, because I can't find what he meant by that. It's not shared. I can understand There's nobody that can explain it. And that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. The power of 369. I'm going to give you, ladies and gentlemen, the key of the universe tonight. And it's not pretentious. Now, the water that kills goes through pipes, 45 degrees angles, that destructure the water. When you drink a water that is stressed, why you say stressed? Think of a pipe. First, in nature, there's no straight line. Everything is curved. Find a straight line in your body. You won't find any. If you put a snake into a tube, it won't be able to move because it cannot have this natural rotation, this flexibility. It's the same thing water. Water has been discovered and scientifically discovered by a scientist called Victor Schauber back in the Second World War. He discovered the power of the water, how it meant to be, but also other type of energy forces. He can actually duplicate flying saucers that will lift itself just with electromagnetic forces. This design here that I inspired by Victor Schauber, I created this machine and I posted it on YouTube so you can make your own. Actually, it's called the hydromagnetodynamic. What it is, it's very simple. It's a computer fan with a magnet, a vase on top. There's like a laboratory magnet inside that spins because the motor of the computer fan spins. And because the magnet spins, it spins the water, it creates the vortex. Now when you put the water under this condition of the golden ratio, the water recognizes its environment because water is meant to be in circular motion. Now this is discovered, it's common sense. You look at nature, you look at the wave crashing into the shore, you look at the water flowing down from mountain spring, from one rock to another, it creates those swirls, those vortexes, those vortices. When you put the water into the vortex, the water recognizes its environments. It starts to erase the bad memory. Because just as Dr. Emoto in Japan says, water has memory. And that's another thing why we don't know so much about water. Because all the scientists and doctors that decided to venture into the learning of water start to come up with claims saying that water has memory, they lost their jobs. So nobody want to venture into the discovery and the search of water. Until recently, Dr. Gerald Pollack not just only learn about the water, but learn about what's happening around the water. What is that thing that when you jump into a pool, you hurt yourself if you jump flat? Because water is water, it's something liquid. You should just fall in, right? But you hurt yourself. What is this? It's that surface tension, that film, that pellicule that is above the water, underneath the air, that place, that thing in between. He calls it the easy water, the exclusion zone water. We call it the surface tension, we call it also liquid crystal. Now, this is the fourth element about water that we recently discovered. I'm going to talk more about this. The importance of easy water that is meant for your water that heals. Now, what is water that heals? Water that heals is a water that is structured, that the body can recognize as a code. Because again, our body is a biological machine that works just like a computer, that has a hardware, a software, that can recognize the imprint of genetic codes and translate it. It needs to be coherent. A body that is not coherent is a body that is diseased. Diseased. God did not create disease for us. God does not create disease in paradise. We create disease ourselves. Fever is the body attacked to eliminate what is not meant to be inside. The major problem of all diseases, of all illnesses in today's world, is the excess mucus from the wrong food that people are eating. There's food that makes mucus, there's food that eliminates mucus. We call it acid binding or acid eliminating. So I made this chart that you can find on this website called the mucuslessdiet.com. This is a chart, you can pass it around. It has 3 charts in it. The first one is called the bird's table. Now Dr. Berg, who was mentioned in the book called The Mucusless Diet Healing System, wrote by Professor Arnold Herret, who passed away about 85 years ago. He left us this legacy of this wonderful book that basically explains how the body is made and how to maintain it. It's very simple. We're a body that is flexible, made of pipes, systems, and flesh, bones, but for the most part, it's something that inhales and exhales. The heart does not pump the blood through the body. It's the lungs that pump. The heart works as a valve, like a round pump valve. The heart pumps because of the flow of the blood that goes through the heart. Now, the blood that travels through the entire body is not pumped by the heart only. It will take 20 times the pressure of the heart to be able to transfer the entire blood through the entire body. Now, what is it that makes the blood travel through the entire body? It's the exclusion zone. It's the liquid crystal, that surface tension between the blood and the blood vessels. That mucus substance that works like a gelatin, that assists the blood to travel through the entire body. This is another discovery that has been found a few months ago. What I'm sharing with you, ladies and gentlemen, is state-of-the-art discovery, but also knowledge from the ancient civilization, who knew that all along, in some different terms. But we bring it back with scientific knowledge and evidence, so people can open their eyes and see what truth is, because we are truth seekers. We don't read one book and say we know it all. We read many books and discover we know nothing. So this is one book I highly recommend for everybody to start with. The journey in life into self-discovery, self-cleaning, and total consciousness awareness. Because once again, we don't have the luxury to live, to live in negativity. We have to move on and assist the humanity to move to that new era, which is called the Aquarius era. Love and kindness, compassion and harmony. You probably heard of chakras. We have 9 chakras, 7 major ones. The heart chakra rings like this, like I just did earlier. This is 528 hertz. Everything is ready to certain hertz, certain frequencies. Anyway, this is the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the plexus, the root. Our society is based on the first 3 chakras. Sex, money, power. There's no compassion, there's no gratefulness, there's no love. Is I'll make all the money I want, and I don't care if you lose. I'll win. And it's all about I, my, and mine. If my Vortex falls down and it breaks, I'll cry. If your Vortex falls down and breaks, I won't cry. You take my toy, I cry. I won't share, it's mine. It's me, it's my story, it's my show. I don't care about you. I'm recording. My name is Superlight. You take the information, you go home with it, you do what you want. This is not me. Because guess what? Out of our cells, 10 chromosomes in it, only one of them defines who I am. The 9 other ones, they're exactly the same as you, and everybody else in this planet. We are the same. There's no such thing as I, mine, mine. If you want to liberate yourself from suffering. By the way, step back from your own being. Observe as an observer. Think neutral. Don't think positive, don't think negative. Think neutral. And be in the now. Forget about the past, it's gone. Forget about the future, we don't know. Leave it alone. Plant the seed today for a better tomorrow. Learn from your experience and move on. Stop worrying about yourself, stop worrying about others, stop worrying about others, the way they look at you. Worry about the way you feel, because only you is you. Now, I suggest everyone to go to this place called Vipassana Meditation. They have centers all around the world. They will feed you. They will host you for 10 days for free. It's by donation only. You don't have money? Don't give money. You have $1, give $1. You have 100, give 100. You have 1,000, give 1,000. give what you want. You want to give every month, give every month. $5 here, $5 there. That's how they maintain. They will host you. They will feed you for free for 10 days. All you do is meditate all day. You just sit down. There's no pose like this, putting fingers up and all that. It's very simple. You just close your eyes and you focus on your breathing, which is something that's automatic, that comes from within you. Thoughts come. They always come, right? My car, my bills, my this, my son, blah, 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 blah. They come. Acknowledge, let it go. Say to yourself, I'm focusing on my breathing, the sensation of my breathing. The thoughts come, clear it. Another thought comes, clear it. The more thoughts come, you clear your system. You reprogram your software. Again, we are a bioelectrical machine that runs just like a computer. You erase the bad, you scan, you antivirus your body. And deep things come, they call it the chakras. The deep-rooted things, like the patterns from childhood, the dramas. Some people cry. It's difficult to sit for an hour, 1 full hour, 3 times a day for 10 days. It's very difficult. But guess what? You come out of there, totally rejuvenated. You feel like king of the hill. You can do everything you want because that's exactly what it is. We can do, be, and have everything we want in our lives because it's all up to us. The sky is not the limit, my friends. There's no limit. It's infinite. And that's why God gave us the universe. Isn't that big enough? The galaxy, the Milky Way, out of trillions of galaxies. To go from one side to the other takes 100,000 light years. What's the speed of light? 400,000 millions miles per second. That's pretty fast. So imagine 100,000 light years. That means 100,000 years at the speed of light to go from one side to the other of this galaxy. Think how small we are. Right? Now there's trillions of galaxies. The closest one is 80 trillion light years away. The closest one. You think you have issues in your tissues? Back to water, my friends. This is structured water. Hexagonal shaped water. This is the type of water we want to drink. It has, this is oxygen, and this is hydrogen. So, I'll show you. Okay, so H2O, right? That's water. 1 O, 2 H. 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Water that comes out of bottles and tap water has an angle between the hydrogen bond, which is an average 104.45 degrees. Structured water, it's increasing that angle to 120 degrees. When you put it to 120 degrees, now this is not H3O, but I just put it there for you to see what would be 3. You have the complete circle. 120 degrees, 240 degrees, 360 degrees. You follow me? I'm going to put that in writing. Am I showing you the video? Yeah. So very simple, right? So oxygen, 120 degrees. 120 degrees right here. You follow me, right? I mean, it's easy math. If you don't understand, please stop me because this is very important. All good? Okay. Now, the two angles here would be 240 degrees. You follow me? And the whole complete circle is 360 degrees. That will make sense for everybody. Remember, Nikola Tesla, if you understand the key between the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you get the key of the universe. Now in cosmic numerology, you just add the numbers, bring it back to one number. So 1 plus 2 plus 0 is how much? 3. 2 plus 4 plus 0 is what? 6. 3 plus 6 is 9, correct? So 3, 6, 9. This number is going to come up again and again and again. And I'm going to show it through this presentation. I hope you enjoy it so far. I hope I'm not talking too much. Sometimes I get excited, overwhelmed, but I'm very sorry again. So when water becomes 120 degrees, boom, just like that, it releases the power of the hydrogen. Hydrogen is our true source of energy, not oxygen like most people believe. 3/4 of the sun mass is hydrogen. The element that's most abundant in the universe is hydrogen. So there's something about hydrogen. Hydro, in Greek, what does that mean? Water, generator. It generates water. Hello? So we want hydrogen in our food, in our water. The more hydrogen, the better it is. When you release the 120 degrees, you release the power of hydrogen. Why is it released? Because it's connected now. It's coherent. It's 120. And what happens when the water is not 120 degrees? Let's say it's 104. Just like red blood cells that's missing oxygen, they get unstuck of each other. Just like, let's say I'm a waiter and I'm tired because I party all night. And I'm going to grab another waiter by the shoulder and I'm going to carry on with him so I can go to my tables and take the orders. Now, with the two of us, we have a hard time to go through the tables because we're much bigger now. Imagine 4, 5, 10 of us, right? It's better if I was working by myself. I can move around better. Same thing with red blood cells. We want the red blood cells that is alone, full of oxygen in it, so it can travel, go into the cells, and deliver what it's supposed to do, which is the oxygen and the hydrogen. So the same thing with the water. When the water is weak, it clicks with another one. Water that comes out of bottles, or tap water, the cluster. Now the cluster or the unit is the amount of water molecules together. The cluster is about 15 to 20 molecules. That's huge. People drink, especially here in Florida, they don't feel hydrated. Why? Because the water is too thick. It cannot penetrate in the cells and tissues. It cannot give you profound hydration. Now, when you have this water 120 degrees, the water molecule clicks with another one, like a puzzle. This is the water here, 120. It clicks with another one. Click, 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 click. You see me? Like a puzzle. It becomes this hexagonal shape. Why hexagonal? Why the bee honeycombs are hexagonal? Because it carries light better. It transmits light better. They use fiber optic nowadays for computers that are made in hexagonal shape. Why? Because it speeds up the light 20 times faster. Hexagonal is a very powerful shape because when you put it against each other, you have a very generous structure. Something else about hexagonal shape. I'll tell you more. Okay, number 369. How many oxygen we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many oxygen and hydrogen within the circle? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a 3. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's a 9. 3, 6, 9. Here we go again. Any questions so far? This is exciting, folks. And I hope you follow me with this because now I'm going to show you something really neat. Don't fall asleep on me, okay? Now I'm going to show you about the laws of the universe, the laws of the nature that is found everywhere in nature. Anybody familiar with Vortex mathematics? Everything spins. There's no straight line. There's something about the left side too. The DNA spins, the Earth spins, the Earth around the Sun spins, the Milky Way galaxy spins. Everything spins to the left. That has not about what I'm talking about, Vortex mathematics, but there's something about the left. When you climb a horse or a bike, do you climb from the left or from the right? Always from the left. They tell you that in the questioning club. Climb the horse from the left. You can't climb from the right. All the blenders, dynamics, all of them, spins counterclockwise. When you watch the cars racing, or the dogs, the horse race, which side do they race? Clockwise or unclockwise? It's all counterclockwise. Another reason for it. There's a reason why they mess up with the watches spinning clockwise. But I'm not going to go there today. Anyway, Vortex mathematics. I'm going to put all the numbers in this chart. This is 0, by the way. 99% of the universe is made of nothing. 0 is very powerful. And that's why we put our mind in nothing. Don't think. Let it go. When you don't think, you connect with the now, and everything comes to you. Because we all have a plan for our life, and we all have a plan against our life. That's the dark matter. So what do you prefer? To be miserable? To repeat those patterns of misery over and over your life? Because they're always going to come if you do the same thing over and over again. If you keep doing the same thing, nothing will change. Right? So you observe. You step back. You don't feel so personal about things that happen to your life. You just observe the patterns, and then you adjust. You start to live the plan for your life. Let it go. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens naturally. Then things happen to you. Because when you send a thought out there, it boomerangs back to you. The universe receives it, God. To me, God means the geometrically organized divinity, or the gathering of deities. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you who's God is right now. It's not just a number. God is everywhere. That space between you and I. There's a big recording. I don't record just here, but everything is recorded in the universe. The universe is growing. It's like an egg shape that has many, many universes in it. Every thought that we do is recorded. People should be aware of that. Just like you acting. Right? They're watching. He's watching. I'm watching. Are you watching yourself? So live accordingly with the laws of nature, and things will come to you. In time, in place, always. You think I could open a restaurant by myself? I have no experience in business. Absolutely none. I can share a little bit of my history real quick. I used to beat myself up. I used to smoke and drink. I was a bad kid. I didn't care about anybody. When I went to Vipassana meditation, I realized, and that's why I say to myself, you know what? All the things that I've learned through my entire life, there must be a reason. Why was I a waiter, a manager in fine dining restaurant? Maybe it's my call. I opened a restaurant. But I didn't do just copy all the foods that's already done. No, I did something different. I created. I took nature and I put it in a way that would be tasty for people to eat plant-based living foods so they can heal themselves. Who wants to eat a salad every day? You know, it's boring. That's what I hear all the time. Where's your protein? Proteins in watermelon, in plant seeds, they're everywhere in nature, in vegetables and fruits, in legumes. Anyway, let's go back to this. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have all the numbers here, including 0. We're going to take number 1 and we're going to add it. I could subtract, multiply if I want, but we're just going to add it. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 8 is 16. In cosmic numerology, that's what? Okay. Sorry to speak loud, it's for the camera. 16 times 2 is 32, correct? Which is 5. 32 times 2 is 64, which is 10, which is 1. 64 times 2 is 128, which is 11, which is 2. So I can go on and on to the infinity. It's always going to be the same. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. Now look at this. 3, 6, 9. Here they come. Let's take 3. 3 and 3 is 6. 6 and 6 is 12, which is 3. 12 times 2 is 24, which is 6. 24 times 2 is 48, which is 12, which is 3. And you can go on and on and on. 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. It repeats itself. Number 9 is the only number that hasn't been counted. Why? Because number 9 is the power number. Number 9 polarizes all the other numbers. 9 and 9 is 18. 18 times 2, which is 9, 36, that's 9, 72, that's 9, etc. 144, that's 9, etc. 9 becomes 9. Okay, so you put 3, 6, and 9 together, you flip it upside down, you have the Star of David. What would they the chosen one? Because they knew all that. Do they still know it? No. See, this type of information should be transmitted from generation to a generation, because it has everything to do with nature, with water, and with yourself. This is the future, this is the past. I do to have, I don't have enough, I do more. I live in this self-guilt life all day, every day, because I don't have enough, because my neighbor has a bigger car, and he has a bigger house. And she has a bigger diamond.
Oh, okay, man? Okay.
Stick to the now. That's where the magic happens. Forget about the past, forget about the future. Now is the place to be. Does that make sense?
It's a spray.
Now what does that have to do with water? You have it here too. This is psychogeometry. This is coherent water that the body can assimilate and recognize as a code, an information that is intelligent from the light. Again, if there is no light in this planet, there will be no life. Do you agree with me? So light is a #1 source of energy, and light is food. We don't rely just on food and drinks to survive. We rely on some other things. We need the light. The light contains the whole spectrum of all the colors. Talking about all the spectrum of all the frequency energies. The white light contains all the colors. The black light is the absence of light. If your car is black here in Florida, it gets hot quick, right? Because it absorbs the light quick. It's like a black hole for light. So it's good to wear a white car, drive white car or wear white. You don't get so hot. So when you get the light, same thing with the plants. When the plants absorb the light, they convert that into carbohydrates, and we eat the plant-based living foods, and we convert those carbohydrates into energy source. I'm sure I missed something, because I don't know, I'm feeling. Any questions? I have a good one for you. This is from a book that I've been reading for many years, and they explain why the water in Lourdes is so powerful. You probably heard about this natural source called the Exclusion in the United States. In the early 1800s, it received a great amount of awards for the best water in the world. Exclusion. People used to go there with disease. They used to soak in this bath. They had different bath size for different size people. And within a couple of hours, they were healed. Why? Because the water was structured like this, so small that we go straight into the bone marrows and create the normal spin, because it's all about the spin. The left side, we call it levorotatory spin, is life enhancing. Like I put on this chart here. Left spin, no cancer. Cancer spins to the right. Cancer is dextrorotatory spin. Talk about electromagnetic spin, not physical spin. You can't just spin yourself and heal yourself from cancer. It doesn't work this way. So dextrorotatory spin is electromagnetic spin to the right. A cancer or any health alignments, any chemicals or toxins spins to the right. Life enhancing spins to the left. So when you drink this type of water, which is recognized by nature, it's from nature, it's linked to the cosmic universe, divine creator, light, sun, everything. It contains the code for you to heal. So it will go into your body, it will bring back the intelligent currents to your body to spin the proper way. So they made a study. They took a water molecule in Lourdes, in France, which is another town therapy spot that we find in the world today. By the way, Exclusion, gone. Yeah, all those springs, they have 21 sources. Change of climate, change of, water has memory. Water comes from the mountain, on top of the mountain. You think someone pumps the water to go up there? Of course not. There's something about the mountain which has a pyramid shape. You know, the pyramid tetrahedron cluster type is a very powerful structure. It works like a magnet. The water is being sucked in all the way to the top from the center. So it goes through this natural filtration and purification system because it grabs all the minerals from the rocks. And that's why water is so healthy, because it's artesian water. Artesian water means a high content of minerals. Now there's minerals and there's minerals, just like there's water. There's water that kills, there's water that heals, there's minerals that kills, and there's minerals that heals. What's the difference between them? So there's so much to talk. If you go to a natural path and you ask them what is the best way for you to heal, they'll tell you drink artesian water with minerals in it. Minerals, minerals, minerals. It's a key. We need air, water, and minerals. Do we get minerals in our food that we eat? No. Why? Because it's very simple. When you have a field or a crop that they're growing stuff on it, and they put all these pesticide, herbicide, suicide chemicals in it, they kill all the worms that's inside the soil. Now the worms are important. Why? Because when they travel through the soil, they create those tunnels. Behind them, they leave that lubricated substance that hardens, that creates a tunnel, so when it rains, the water can fall in and go deep down the soil to energize the soil. When you energize the soil, it becomes living. It can take an element, convert it to something else. That's called valorization, ionization. That's what bad body makes. There's no such thing as taking protein to make protein. You think you need to make proteins? You need to eat proteins to make protein? It doesn't work this way. The body takes something and converts it to something else. If you think this way, it's like thinking a cow needs to drink milk to make milk. You understand what I mean? It doesn't work this way. So anyway, when you kill the worms, the water cannot go deep down the soil. What happens? You get floods, too much water, the seeds get drowned, the one that survives grows, but there's no nutrition from the soil, so you don't get minerals out of it. The good thing about the plants, when they grow, the root takes the minerals from the soil. Those are called colloidal minerals. You probably heard about colloidal supplements. Or if anybody takes them, don't stop it. When you take colloidal minerals, you poison yourself with heavy metals. Do you eat dirt or you eat plant? When the plant absorbs those colloidal minerals, it converts them into ionic minerals. Ionic. What's the difference between those two? The size is 10,000 times smaller than colloidal minerals. Now you can understand why ionic minerals are better for your body. That's why all the grazing animals, including us, because we are vegetarians, our jaws don't go up and down like carnivores, they go side to side like herbivores. The length of our digestive system is 16 times the length of our torso, not 10 times like carnivores. The pH acid of our bowel movement, of our gastric acids, is 2.H, not 2.1, which is more acidic for carnivores because they have to process meat or even petrify meat. We're not carnivores, we are herbivores. Once you put non-meat foods into your body, you will start to detox from all the toxins that you've been accumulated since you were born, because your parents didn't know any better. They fed you with the cheese, the milk, and the eggs, and and the ham and all that stuff. If you stop that from your diet, eat only plant-based living foods, your body is going to start to detox. You're going to start to feel malaise. You think it's because you're missing the meat. No, continue. Read the book, The Mucus-Less Diet Healing System. It'll teach you the techniques. Read other books like Dr. Richard Anderson on how to cleanse from psyllium and bentonite that has been used for thousands of years from Indians. And we're actually learning with you, my dear, some new techniques on how to detox from this mucus accumulated toxic waste, mucus plate, within 3 days instead of having to do it for 7 or 10 days, because we understand your time is valuable. We want to help. for you to clean and stay clean. We can open some new Ash Cafe around the world and give you the option that is more healthy for you. Because when your body becomes clean, your thought becomes clean. Remember, every purchase is a vote. So when you vote against nature, you actually put yourself down the ground. When you lose the vitality, you start to crumble. You start to recycle, because that's what Mother Earth does. When something is losing vitality, the Earth senses it. What do you think the problem is with all those bark beetles on Earth? A plant grows. It's sick. The Earth senses it. It sends a signal into that tree that emits a certain frequencies. The bark beetles with the antennas, they receive that signal, they go and they destroy that tree. The bark beetles are good. They help nature, they assist Mother Earth to do not produce sick seeds to produce other sick trees. It's a way for Mother Earth to protect itself from disease. And we'll do the same thing with you. Once it recognizes it has no vitality in you, it'll get rid of you, it will recycle you to something better. So stay vitality if you want to live longer. Stop eating meats, stop eating processed foods, eat plant-based living foods and restructured water. You can ask any natural path, they will say. Water, minerals, minerals, minerals. Again, we want to get ionic minerals in angstrom size. What is an angstrom? Take a look at your hair. The diameter of your hair is 500,000 angstrom. That's a lot, right? Angstrom. That's how it's spelled. But you put two little dots here, because I think it's Swedish. Anyway. The size of a water molecule, by the way, the size between this part, the center here, is 0.95 angstrom. So let's say 1 angstrom. That's the size of the water molecule. It's very small. It's invisible. You can't see it. The size of the ionic minerals is angstrom size. It's all angstrom. If you want to give something the body can recognize, you have to give it in angstrom size, not colloidal size. It's like you chew on sand and expect it to dissolve in your mouth. It's not going to happen. Put salt in your mouth. It will dissolve slowly. That's angstrom size. The body can absorb, assimilate, and convert to something else. Now, we have more oxygen, of course? Ferric iron, FeO3. Minerals contain oxygen. That's how you get oxygen in the water that you get. Vitality, my friends. That's what we're looking for. Vitality from the water that we drink, a water that is structured, revitalized, live water. This water is revitalized because it's going through the golden ratio. Then I add some ionic minerals in it. Now this has no label because of conflict of interest, but this contains all the minerals from planet Earth in angstrom size, including boron. Boron in angstrom size has the capability to dissolve calcification from bones. People who have arthritis, they go on this, within a few days they start to be flexible. It decalcifies the bones, which is nothing else than the deposit of calcium into the water. Not that we just drink, but also from the shower, because your skin absorbs everything. Stand barefoot on chopped garlic, you will taste garlic within 3 minutes. Your skin absorbs everything. It's the biggest organ we have. And it's acidic, by the way. Everything in our body is acidic. Forget about alkaline water. It's a scam. Alkaline water was actually made in Japan to clean surfaces in hospitals, not for human consumptions. It's because of the ignorance that people decided to create those alkalinized, energized water generators to make profit on it. Very simple, I explained to you. I know about alkaline water because I made my own batch alkalinizer, because I believed the scam at the time. You see, we all go through for it. This is an alkalinized generator. It's two recipients of